The method I used consists first of building a theoretical model that explains the link between advertising and stock returns and firm value. Then, to estimate the parameters of the model, I take it to the data by using data for public firms, pretty much every public firm in the US from 1980 to 2008. And the idea is to see how a firm value is determined by things such as advertising and also investment in physical capital, debt, sales. So taking all these firms' characteristics into account, trying to kind of measure how advertising affects firm value. I find that brand equity, which is highly determined by advertising, accounts for over 23% of the value of firms on average. Now, of course, this amount varies widely across firms and across industries. So if we are talking about industries that are more consumer-oriented, such as clothing or food, then naturally the value of the brand is going to take a higher share of the entire value of the firm, and this can be up to 60%. Now, if we're talking about commodities such as oil or steel, which are firms that typically are not very consumer-oriented, or industries that are not very consumer-oriented, and naturally don't invest much in advertising, then the value of the brand in the total of the firm can be around 0%. The fact that firm value depends highly on brand value for some industries shows that Wall Street does not ignore investments in advertising and does not ignore the value of the brand. The value of the brand is reflected in stock prices, and this basically means that we can look at advertising not just as expenditure, but also as an investment in the health of the brand. So the measure of brand equity that I developed can be seen as complementary to other measures, such as, for example, the interbrand ranking, that don't rely so much on stock prices like my measure does, but rely more on things like customer surveys or interviews or other types of metrics that are not related to the stock market. The model in the analysis not only provides a new metric or a new way of measuring brand equity, but also provides an interpretation for patterns that we see in the data and which have been previously explained with other theories. So what I propose an alternative explanation that is a rational explanation, and basically that depends on firms' rational investment decisions, which is very different from what other theories had proposed before.